What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American Politics, back in with a new video, and today, we have a second one for today. I know, I don't usually do second videos, but like I said, for smaller topics, I don't think they should be the main video of the day. We're gonna make a video, and I wanted to discuss quickly the current crapshoot that's happening in the United Kingdom, because there's a lot of lessons to be learned from this election, or I should say upcoming election, in the United Kingdom. There's some correlations that we can correlate to the US politics, for the Republican Party, etc. Because what's happened the past year to a certain quote-unquote conservative party in the United Kingdom is a complete, total joke. It's so pathetic what happened here that, well, the Conservative Party, alright, the quote-unquote Conservative Party, well, they're seemingly dead. It doesn't appear they're going to recover from this for a long time. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, the past couple of years, the Conservative Party, they've wiped out every single bit of momentum they built after the 2019 slaughter of the Labour Party in the United Kingdom. If you don't remember, 2019, it was a blowout. Conservatives had their biggest majority in, I think, since 87? Yeah, it's right here, 1987. Biggest reason being, they ran as a blue-collar, or supposedly a blue-collar, pro-Brexit party. Like, we're going to get it done. We're going to force it through. We're going to fight the EU clowns and all that other stuff. Well, guess what? They went from getting 43.5% of the vote. And at some point in 2020, even parts of 2021, they actually improved that margin. As of today, they're polling in the mid-20s. And that may be pushing it at this point. When you think it can get low or can't get lower, it does. It's getting so bad for the Conservative Party that there's some estimates, right, seat predictions, where the Conservative Party would get less seats than the Scottish National Party. And if you don't know, the Scottish National Party, which, by the way, they're far left, they're not some centrist organization, they're only in Scotland. The Conservative Party is in every part of the UK. And there's a serious chance, according to recent predictions, which I actually, when you look at the numbers, these aren't too far from the truth, if this large deficit continues, of them potentially overtaking the Conservatives as the second largest party in the UK. You know why this happened? This is what happens when you have establishment conservatives, a transgenderism, you embrace all this other crap of leftism, you just keep embracing it, transgenderism, globalism, etc., etc., etc. You just keep going. I mean, it's not even a joke. Look what's happened. They took their lessons they learned from 2019 about Brexit, nationalism, all this stuff, threw it out the window, and they try to out-Labour Labour. I mean, it's getting so bad that at this point, the Labour Party may be more conservative than the Conservative Party. That may not even be a joke at this point. There's some issues where conservatives are further to the left than Labour is. I mean, look at the LGBT stuff, right? Conservatives mention it all the time on Twitter. You look at Labour, they mention it barely at all compared to the Conservative Party. What does that tell you about the state of the Conservatives in the UK? At this point, what's happened is what's left of the true Conservatives in the United Kingdom, they're either bailing for the Reform Party, which I doubt they're going to really get any seats, or they're going to try to turn Labour into a more centrist organization. That's what's happening here. And the Conservatives, they're losing everything. This embrace of globalism, this embrace of establishment conservatism, social liberalism, etc., etc., has destroyed them. And I know the UK isn't necessarily the most conservative nation in the world, but at some point, you can't seriously try to out-left Labour. It's pathetic, and quite frankly, we're potentially on the cusp of history. I don't know when the last time there was a party that cracked 400 seats in the House of Commons. Has it happened? I believe it has, but At this point, there's a serious opportunity Labor reaches that. So, what are the lessons Republicans should take from this? Do not embrace globalism. It's a disaster. It's failed conservatives in the UK. Second, have competent leadership. Look, we already have talks of potentially another prime minister being ousted. Yeah, Sonic, he may be ousted next week. There's talks about it already. How many is this? The third or fourth? Look, I have my problems with the leadership in the Republican Party, but they are nowhere near as bad as the clowns of the conservatives. That's saying something. So yeah, leadership is a big part, and the fact of the matter is, leadership of the conservative part is a complete clown show. Again, focusing on issues that voters don't care about, letting Labour somehow be seen as a more centrist party at this point. Because what did the Conservative Party UK stand for? Does anybody know? I'm waiting. Yeah, it's a total joke. And if I lived in the UK, I would probably vote for the Reform Party. They're the closest thing of a nationalist party, and it seems like they're gaining steam. Will it be enough? Will it be similar to what happened in 2019 where they had momentum, but it kind of just died out? And I think that's what's going to happen here. But either way, this is a total joke. And there's a lot of lessons being learned for the Republican Party going forward. It's not that complicated. Don't do what the conservatives did in UK and try to out-left the left. I mean, they were celebrating the 15 transgender, people in the parliament. Yeah, 15 members of parliament are transgender. It's exaggeration. It's probably like 2 or 3. But the conservatives were openly celebrating it for months. It's like, give me a break. And the conservative base in the UK, that's actual conservatives, they're fed up with this garbage. That a lot of them, they're either bailing for the Reform Party or they're going to spite you by voting Labour. Yeah, this is what's going to happen to the Republican Party if we go anywhere near the levels of the Conservative Party in the UK. Which again, the Conservative Party is social liberalism at borderline progressivism and tax cuts. Also, somehow being like pro-Green New Deal, it's like, come on. This cannot be the best the Republic or United Kingdom has. So I hope that we get some true conservatives running some kind of party, because at this point, I think the Conservative Party is dead. How do you recover from having your biggest majority in almost 40 years to potentially being the third biggest party in your own country? How? Being smaller than a regional party, that's pathetic. Potentially even smaller than the Liberal Democrats, though. They're not that competent either. Anyways, folks, this was a quick video. There's a lot of lessons to be learned here. Do not copy what the conservatives in the UK have done. Just do not copy what they do. Do the opposite of what these clowns have done. And, yeah. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Godspeed to all of you.